Okay, so Wicked for Good or Wicked Part 2, depending where you live, is a good film. Wicked for Good is a good film, but not the great film we were expecting for many different reasons. The first one is too short somehow. The first one was 160 minutes, I think. This one is 137, which is 2 hours and 17 minutes. And it all happens so quick. The pace is so it's quick. It doesn't work that well, and the connection with the original Wizard of Oz, because Dorothy arrives in Oz, and they have to build the team that is supposed to kill the Wicked Witch, and it all feels so fast. But I mean, let's try to go in order. Okay, so Ariana Grande and Cinta Rivo are impressive in this film. Actually, Ariana Grande I wasn't expecting such a performance, and Jonathan Bailey as well. And but I think that my favorite performance is Ethan Slater as Bach. The way he changes from a kind man, a kind munchkin, into this raging tin man was blaming somebody else for what happened to him. And I mean, it was such an impressive, an unexpected performance. And also, I mean, the political metaphor of this film is so striking, considering what's going on right now in the world and considering what's going on in the United States. I mean, at the end, the original Wizard of Oz is an American story among the. It's not technically a fairy tale, even it is publicly recognized as a classic fairy tale right now because it's a classic story, even if it's 100 years old and something. And but it's completely American. If we think about Disney classics like Snow White, uh, Pinocchio, Bambi, Cinderella, Peter Pan, they're all based on European fairy tales and novels. And in 1939, The Wizard of Oz was the first cinematic classic that was completely inspired by American culture. It was based on a American novel. Uh, so there is also this connection between the story and the United States. And I mean, the political metaphors were so striking that it was almost impossible not thinking of them while watching the film. And yeah, it was really intense. Considering that I was in watching an English screening of the film in a really rural part of Italy, and I think I've never seen such a queer auditorium in my area. For it was one of the first screenings, so it was actually well, it was to be expected, I suppose, but it also tells a lot about how this story is perceived, the love that the LGBT community has for this story, and yeah, it's impressive. My favorite musical numbers have been "As Long as You're Mine" and "Nugget Deed," and "For Good" was also nice, but I tend to prefer the first two. And yeah, I mean, among the things that felt quite quick were the arrival of Dorothy. I mean, everything that connects the dots to the original story. It felt so quick, um, almost like it wasn't. It had nothing to do with the story of what was going on screen, and with the story of Elphaba and Glinda, But um, maybe, yeah, saying this again, an additional 20 minutes would have benefited the story, I think. Another thing that wasn't expecting is this obsession that Alphaba has with the shoes of her sister and Dorothy, because it's part of the original Wizard of Oz story, but somehow she forgot about them. I mean, they were instrumental to make the plot go forward, but somehow they just disappear in a certain moment. Like, yeah, because she pretends she's dead, and but it felt like what was the importance of the shoes after all? So there are many things that make this film make sure this film doesn't work as the first one, unfortunately. And also the ending. Uh, I mean, the moment the Wizard of Oz realizes the Elphaba is his daughter, and yes, a few seconds of shock and oh, okay, I have to leave, and then Glinda comes and Madame Morrible is arrested by the flying monkeys, and it just feels so quick. The animals come back immediately, and I wish it was so easy to to end the dictatorship, but unfortunately, it's not. So um, and also, why is the book, the Grimorium, opening at the end? If it's because Glinda has powers now, or why is that? I mean, this is really something I'm really curious about. Um, and I mean, it's a good way to end the film because I mean, does Glinda know because of the book that Alphaba is alive or not? And I mean, part of the original story is that she doesn't know, and it gives strength to the story itself and to the relationship they have. But in here, somehow, it's not that clear, you know. So I mean, it's I was expecting something more dramatic, maybe as well, for a proper ending to this story. But it's probably not going to be the ending as well because there is this rumor that they're working on a part three, so we'll probably see them again on the screen. It would be great, to be honest, but we'll see. And it would also be a completely original story because Wicked the musical is over. You know, this is the story of Wicked. But I'm really curious to know what to. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what they're doing in the future. And I'm also curious to know what you think about this film because I know that many people are divided about this. Some people hated it, some people loved it. And I mean, considering part one is an instant classic, it's probably a great film. There's nothing I cannot find anything bad to say about on part one. And so I'm really looking forward to know what your opinion is on the film. And thanks for watching the whole video. And see you next time.